1st and 10.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's complete to Adams. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Richard Rodgers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And there's a good opportunity. Just went a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Now let's go. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They'll get 23 yards there. And that leads to a Green Bay first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Watch it now, Barney. Good.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a first down following that long gain. They come out here in the I.
3-19. Green. Good. All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Leopard. All right, now look at 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Patriot. All right, now look at this. Lucky 56. Good. All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and throw for it here. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Finding time. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. There he goes, right side. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the 1st half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the 1st half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So we saw a fumble return. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Dwayne Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packers defense here getting ready. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Still back there. He's going to wind up and air it out. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders, is exactly what happened on that play.
Black 99 Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
Halfback sent in motion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Back to throw again. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? You go to the bigger guy to try and use size. You try to go to the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
On 1st, here's Washington. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Dwayne Washington with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Daniels. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Another pistol look here. Cousins now on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up. That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So they're on the 5-yard line, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Dwayne Washington, a dynamo since the break, 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And his guys capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is right through. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, what a move. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
On first down, they run with Howard. They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They go with Howard again. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second down, Cousins. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still second down.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Completion left side to Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Royal making the catch over the middle. 13 yards down to the 13. offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Green 39! Green 39!
A give to Howard. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
And a nifty little deke juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they're going to face a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make the...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
False start, offense.
So now 1st and 15. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Cousins now. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Throwing, Cousins. He completes it right side away. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go now.
3rd and long for Cousins. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Cameron Meredith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
And this is taken in at the 5. A pickup there of 37. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. 1st and goal from the 5. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Play action now. Cousins completes it to Miller. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They're going to hurry back. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Aaron Meredith with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they're operating in the red zone. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Dwayne Washington, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got time in the pocket. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So 2nd and 10 here.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And Miller with it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now they're in the hurry-up. A 1st down throw for Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81. Back 99, Billy. Here we go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got time. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third and long for Cousins. The catch made by Miller. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This is taken at the 15. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Texans going up against the Ravens. With that, we're off to a frigid M&T Bank Stadium off the harbor in Baltimore. That's where we'll join our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Guys, take it away.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
Let's go! 38!
On 2nd down, Taylor. Going deep this time for Miller. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Jimmy Smith looks like the corners that you want coming into the league now. Long, ability to play the football in the air, terrific cover guy.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Taylor. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They come out here in the eye. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Back there! All right, now look at 56. Here, 56. 319. No.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion.
4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Fielded at the 43. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
On second down, here's Taylor. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 22.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the early lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 75 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm, You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So the sack on first down there by the defense, and now it's second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack.
Flick round! Flick round! Come on, let's go! Ohio! Flick round! Flick round! Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
On second down, Taylor. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here we go!
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the red zone now, they'll pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. The play clock's running down. Back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left.
Let's go!
Now Taylor. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Taylor on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And
this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Flushed out right. And he can't, and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding time. He's going to go up top again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Here we go. All right, now, look at 56. No. Check. Patriot. Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
6 yards to go here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll come out in the pistol.
Now let's go. Good. Watch him now, Barney.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Give him 18 on that one. And that'll be good for Baltimore first.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
On second down, here's Taylor. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now it's Taylor. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. Play clock winding down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Time running out here on the play clock. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And we'll see what he can do on the return. He juked him. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Back now in Baltimore. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Here we go. What? Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Here's Taylor to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Careless there. That's going to be a penalty because they were in contact with a return man.
It's not just the punt returner that has to locate the football. The gunners going downfield have to see that as well to make sure they don't contact him.
First down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Andre Howell. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Taylor to throw on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. But
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Keith Marshall, 35 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Taylor will throw. Flush to his right. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
They'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On third down, Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Second down, Taylor. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Time for a break. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. We're back to finish this one off after this. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. To throw is Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And now here come the Ravens. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey. 4 down. Now let's go. 3-19.
Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow, because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
it.